Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome to live reading sprints. Um, yeah, I'm here with Jennifer, and
Hi.
we are maybe gonna. Are we doing nonfiction November sprints? Is that what the theme is?
Well, I'm not going to read nonfiction. It's
Okay,
going to be bad.
that's fine because I have my Project Gutenberg things to read. So yeah, I have a whole pile. Like
Oh, good. I do too.
I got a pile.
Yes, you do. Oh my gosh.
Do you know what you're gonna try first? Hi, Ursa.
You're going to be proud.
Yes.
I'm going to read Devils by
Yay!
Dostoevsky. I almost picked up a fantasy book off my shelf earlier, but it was one you didn't like. And I was like, oh, then it's probably not going to be a good choice for a reading sprint. But Dostoevsky is a little
That's a
light
good
reading.
choice. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's a great choice. I can't believe December is almost here. That's when we're supposed to be doing the Dostoevsky read along for Devils. Have I
Wow.
announced it? No, but it's still gonna happen.
Well, I'll probably just start it and I won't even finish it until the end of the year. So I'll be participating.
Perfect. We were trying to figure out when we should do like live shows for it, and we're thinking it's gonna take us all like 3 months to read because it's pretty long.
It is really long.
Hello, cool gamer. Yeah, but I'm hoping it'll. I hear it's about a political murder that's like it's inspired off of a real political murder, so I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be good.
I do too. I think I've heard it's dense. It seems
Yeah.
like, gosh, why can't I remember their channel name? I don't know, but you would know them. But they read it last year and it was like their favorite book. And I think the general consensus is just that it was a denser read than
Mm-hmm.
some of his other stuff because it's so political. So I don't know if that is exciting or intimidating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll see. Because the brothers Karamazov, while brilliant, I really struggled with that one because it was also very dense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yes, that's awesome. Good job.
I've not read that one.
It sounds pretty wild. I definitely want to read it at some point.
It does.
Hello.
Hi, Mariana.
Thanks for coming. What are y'all in the chat gonna read tonight?
What are you reading, Christy, of your 500 things?
I think I'm gonna try to finish uh what is it called? Horror I always forget what it's called, but it's about lynchings in the South by Ida B. Wells. It's like a pamphlet.
Oh, I saw you post about that.
Yeah. It's really intense, but I feel like I can't believe I've never read from her before. Like she's a powerhouse, so I'm excited to finally be reading from Ida B. Wells. But hopefully I can finish that, and then I have like, yeah, I've got a pile. This is what I want to read all the time now. I'm addicted. Like it's a
And look at all
wild
of your
feeling.
notes.
Yes. I have notes. So if I'm struggling to focus, that's what I'm gonna go to because I have no problem focusing on that. Let's see. Hello, Layla.
Hello.
That's so nice. Thank you for coming. It has no plot. Oh boy. Yeah. That's what I hear. Heirs of the Blade. Cool. Is that I'm guessing that's fantasy. But I've never heard of that one.
No, me either.
That's surprising because we like fantasy is something we both enjoy.
Yes, we need a new one.
Yes, I'm gonna have to look it up. Ooh, fun.
You made
Have
it
you seen
far
the
then.
Yeah, book 5. Ooh, Valette.
Ooh, yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah, how was Italy, Jennifer?
It was wonderful and incredible as it always is. And I wish I
Yay.
was still there.
Thank you for taking us to the church. That was really fun.
It was. I have another vlog coming out on Friday and it's an hour long.
Yay!
So I took y'all along with me, whether you wanted to come or not. I vlogged it.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we wanted to come for sure. I was like afraid to ask. I was like, I wonder, I hope, did she vlog it? Yay. That's exciting. Oh, okay. Book 6. So I guess you're enjoying the series then. So I read the first 2 of those. They were really interesting. Like it's the kind of fantasy that you really want to ponder and stuff, but yeah, it wasn't pulling me along quite as much as I wanted. So I didn't continue on. And also, it was really hard to get copies of the books from my library. They just like either there was like one copy from one of my libraries and everybody was reading it apparently.
That
So
says a lot for it. Must be
yes.
popular.
Yeah. I think it is really good. Like it's very Alan style. It's a very Alan type fantasy. He loved them, so nice.
You're committed to nonfiction November, Mariana. I'm already cheating on my TBR, and we're barely a weekend.
Oops. Hi Garrett. What are you reading, Garrett? I missed a few. Hang on. There we go. Ah, okay, yeah.
On brand for Alan.
Yes. That's why I read them too. Me too. Yes. Especially Jenny's vlogs. They're my favorite.
Thank you. See, I do all of this because you enable me.
Your fans, we have high demand for your vlogs. Yeah, it is. Cool is a good word for it. It is cool.
I flew magically. I did fly direct from one of
Ooh.
our big airports. They run a direct flight only certain times of the year. So we got lucky. But it was a
Wow.
really long flight because of that.
Yeah.
9.5 hours on a plane is not a grand time.
That's intense.
And I love being on a plane, but 9.5 hours.
There's something about planes and airports that's fun because it's like, what are you gonna do but read? Like seriously.
It's such a liminal space too. Like people are just drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning, but to them it's at night, and
Yeah.
people are eating nachos at like 7:30 a.m. It's so fun to be in an airport.
Yeah. I had my first real ramen in LA. I think it was LAX. And it was like the best food I've ever eaten before or since. That was like the best. It's like the
That's why
highlight of the experience.
that something you ate in an airport rated that highly for you.
I know. Airports are fun. It is different. Yeah, it's like a really unique series compared to any other fantasy I've read. The insect element is like really crazy and interesting. Oh yes, with the insect stuff. Exactly. That is allowed. We are also doing so. All right.
Yes, Christmas is coming.
Yay. Excellent, excellent. Okay, well, should we get started with some sprints?
Let's do it.
Okay. Now, I know Jenny and I are on the same page about longer sprints. So, should we just go for a half hour?
Let's do it. Let's start
Okay.
strong.
Okay, let's start strong. As it gets later and we fade, we'll see what happens.
Right.
Okay. So we'll go until 11. 11. So, all right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Good luck.
Thank you. You too.
You can do it.
Fighting.
Fighting.
Welcome back. How'd you do, Jenny?
I made it 20 pages in, so
You.
not too far. I'm very confused.
Oh, okay.
I'm already confused.
That's understandable.
How about you? How did you do?
uh, Pretty good. I still haven't finished it. I feel like it's so short that I should have, but of course, then I had to go and look up more about lynchings in America, and I just have to. This is a topic that I didn't really grow up knowing much about, being a Californian. So I just feel like I need to educate myself. So heavy stuff.
Well, that's the best when a book makes you spiral and makes you want to learn more.
Yes. It really takes time to process reading nonfiction, which may be why it takes so long to read for me.
Me too.
And Dostoevsky, he also takes some time to process.
I'm like, I don't even know at this point if we're following even, you know, the main characters or if these are just people who are going to be in it here at the very beginning. Cause I'm like, who are these people? I don't
Yeah,
know that I like them. So I hope it's not about them.
let's hope that there's somebody to latch on to,
Yeah.
like the prince.
Right. Where's my Prince Mishkin?
Yes. We'll happily read a whole book about him.
Yes.
How did everybody do in the chat? Let us know. Hello, Loveland Grace. That's a cute name. Thank you for being the librarian today, Lime Tree. Dang, 50 pages? That's
Wow.
incredible. Good job.
Yeah,
That's some good focus right there.
that is. That's the best thing about sprints. I just
Yes.
feel like they force you to sit down and focus, and I
Yeah.
need that. And they not get on Instagram or something.
Yes.
Lose 20 minutes of your life.
Yes. I think I'm doing. Anytime I sprint with you, it seems like I accomplish a lot of reading. I don't know. You're like a calming presence for me. Thank you, Jenny.
Oh,
A lot of times when I'm on sprints, I'm like too hyper to really focus on reading, especially if I'm running them.
I know that can be nerve-wracking.
Yes. That helps. Are
I think
you?
I
Go
think
ahead.
that's what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna have to get the audiobook for this and listen alongside reading it and hope that that means I understand more of it.
I hope so. Are you gonna try that tonight?
Maybe I'll see. I have a couple of credits on
Yes.
Audible, so
That's really exciting. Are you gonna craft?
maybe that's a good idea. I feel like I should probably listen and read it directly on
Oh,
the page
gosh, yeah, yeah. That makes
and
sense.
then try to remember people's names. But
Yeah. I do that a lot with books where I'll read like the beginning so that I know who we're talking about, and then I can listen because I know who we're talking about. So,
right,
and that helps too with fantasy, like getting to know the world. If you read like the first quarter of it or something, then it's easier to listen a lot of times.
mm-hmm.
What are you doing while you're listening, Urza? If you want to share, you don't have to. Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, some people
When
you can't listen to on high speed, and some people you can.
Yeah, totally. When you're reading along with an audiobook, especially, you can go so fast.
Yeah,
I need a good audiobook. I have a bunch that I have going, but like I'm listening to a historical fiction set in Pompeii, and I'm loving it. The Wolf Den.
I
Um,
have that, and I heard you talking about it, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe it's
it,
time."
definitely try it out. It's so good.
Oh,
And
good.
it's great on audio. Like it's really easy to listen to on audio.
Ooh.
So that's what I'm listening to lately. But I only really do that like in the evening too. So I need to find a good daytime audiobook still. That helps me be more productive. Ah, very smart.
You're being very productive.
Yeah. 2 times the productivity. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Amen. I
Did
don't
you? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there's this really hilarious reel about fantasy names where what we do in our heads when we see a fantasy name is just like, you know?
I remember being stunned by Game of Thrones when I watched Game of Thrones the first time after reading it, and I thought, "They did they rename the characters?" No, I just can't pronounce them.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Then you're really, working your brain here.
yeah. Is that like is that kind of like Sudoku? I don't know what mahjong is. Except it's Chinese, I think.
Yeah, I've seen people play mahjong, but I've never done it. But I
Okay.
thought I picture it, well, and I could be totally wrong, as a game of strategy a little bit like that. Like
Oh, okay.
you're is the goal to get, I don't know. I feel like you can play it. It's the tiles matching one. Okay.
Okay.
So you're doubly working your brain. You're
Yeah.
solving you're solving mahjong and then you're listening to an audiobook.
You could do those at the same time?
Right.
That is impressive. Wow. I just remembered Garrett commented earlier and I totally missed it. Committed to the Vampire Hunter D series. That's the one that were on YouTube as movies, right? That you told me about?
I loved Vampire Hunter D
Yeah?
years ago. I loved it. I want to reread that. I want to reread everything.
I know, right? Okay, I'm looking that up because I remember Garrett told me they were on YouTube for a while, but I haven't checked them out. Okay. Well, I'll look at that when we're sprinting.
Yes, I'm writing down what everybody.
Yeah, seriously. Good recommendations here. And he recently read The State by Franz Oppenheimer. Okay. I'm getting a picture of this.
I do the same thing.
There we go.
I always
Cute.
learn so much, get so many different recommendations from sprints. People are always reading
Yeah.
so many different things that I've never heard of.
Yes. Oh, I was on some sprints last weekend for Project Gutenberg readathon, and I got so many good recommendations that people had found through Project Gutenberg. It was like, wow, I did not know that that was there. Like, wow, that's no longer under copyright, really?
I know that's shocking.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Instead of like an app. I wanted to keep reading children. Ah, okay.
Children
After
of
you get
Natural Elm is so good to read on. I felt like I had to be taking notes.
now, I don't even know what that is either.
That's a Viking nonfiction.
Oh,
It's
okay.
super good. And I, in a roundabout way, met the author of this book
Oh my gosh.
when I lived in Denmark, because my professor worked with him on something. He's like super intelligent.
Wow.
He does incredibly groundbreaking scholarship on like Viking archaeology.
That sounds really interesting. I remember now you talking about this. I remember the cover. Ooh, cool. I I would love to like I really want to read more history stuff, but like I'm still reading this, which you got me last Christmas.
I know, me too.
And
I have to take it one chapter at a time.
yeah. It's like it's heavy. It's like yeah. It's a lot packed into each sentence even.
Yeah.
And then I started Powers and Thrones by Dan Jones, but I may just have to get used to listening to things on audiobook and just kind of missing some things because otherwise I'm never going to get through nonfiction books. Like,
Yeah. I love to listen to nonfiction on audio because it feels a little bit like you're listening to a podcast.
yes.
And so, you're right. I miss a lot. So, but I listen to Dan Jones on audiobook all the time. Sometimes he reads his audiobooks
Ooh.
because I have a big stupid crush on him. And I love his books. I think they're fun on audio too. But
yeah, I thought it was a very engaging audiobook. And as he was saying it, everything he says, I'm just like, but I want to remember this. Will I remember this?
mm-hmm.
But I might just have to get used to that. And I think too, if you read on the same subject, like multiple books, you'll just start to remember things more. So I just have to stop being anxious about it. Oh, is that another game? Tiffany! Hi.
We haven't even gotten started yet, Tiffany.
Yeah, we haven't. I guess the problem is if you mix K-pop into anything, that will become the focus.
Right. No
And then
reading will get
reading will be
done.
hard. Yeah. Are you going to read with us? What are you reading?
I hear that.
Yeah. Watching YouTube will seriously do that to you. Ah, dang. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. Wow. Is this Alan's fault too?
Yes.
Cool. Right. I have to see what that's about.
Let's add it to our TBR.
Yep. I feel like my nonfiction TBR is like wide open if I start using audiobooks because I don't have a ton like backed up like I do with classics. Oh, this is a TV show? Or is that something different? That might be something different. Okay. I'll check that out later too. Yay! Oh, yes, yes. I have it here. I don't know if I'll get to it. That's exciting.
Have you started Rasselas? Is that how you say it? Have you started that, Christy?
I have not started yet.
I want to know so bad what you think of it.
Have you already read it?
No, I've only read some of his writing, but I feel like you're going to like him.
I hope so.
So I know that's his big one. That's like his most famous.
Oh, really?
I think.
Interesting. I know didn't he write a dictionary?
Yeah.
I've read the dictionary in school, but I didn't. And his entries were like entertaining.
Yeah.
It's like his fault. That makes sense too. She always has interesting things happening. All right. Shall we start sprinting again?
Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it. Shall we do another half an hour?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So 26, 56. We'll go to 56. We go. Fighting.
We can do it.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. I thought I set an alarm, but I guess I didn't. I'm afraid that it's going to suddenly go off and blast us all. But at least it would be K-pop because somehow my alarm is like attached to my Spotify. So we'd all be hearing two baddies right now.
Yeah, well, that would definitely alarm me.
Yeah.
Mine was Wonderland, AT's Wonderland for a long time.
Oh,
That's what got
yes.
me out of bed in the morning.
Mm-hmm. That will do it. The boys in uniform. Love it. How did everybody do with their reading?
I made it 20 more pages, and
Yes.
I'm feeling better about it than I was after the first 20 pages.
Okay. How are you feeling about the characters?
I kind of get it now why they
Mhm.
are the way that they are. The first chapter was very satirical, and I don't know that
Yes.
I was in the mood for it.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not vibing this. But then he got into like a philosophical debate, like all the characters were at a party and they started debating about God. And I said, this is the vibe.
Okay.
So I'm intrigued now. But I read the
Okay.
introduction and it only confused me more. It's based on like something that really happened. Somebody was murdered.
Hmm.
And so I guess it's a very political thing that
We'll see how Jenny does
I'm
with it.
not prepared, but how did you do? Did you switch to your
I
other book?
finished I finished my pamphlet.
Ooh.
So yay. And I started Raslas. And I don't know, my brain is kind of bouncing off of it right now. So I think I'll like it though, but I just have to get into it. Getting into books is like the biggest chore to me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I'm gonna like this, but it's just hard to get into it sometimes. So unlike some books though have like an instant I'm into it, but this one I think is gonna take me a minute. So
Yeah.
and the pamphlet was very good. I can't believe some of the stuff that was published in the newspapers. And she quotes all these things from the newspapers and it's like they said that? How could anybody say well anyways, it blew my mind.
That's like where in my university where I went to school,
Mm-hmm.
they worked on a project that was called the Runaway Slave Ad.
Ooh.
And it tracks specifically here in North Carolina, like people scan in old newspapers where people would be like, I'm missing property and I'll pay you $30 for this piece of property. And it's like the most upsetting thing that you can read, but it's like miraculously helped people do their genealogy
Wow.
because
That is wild.
they may know like a general area that their ancestor was in, and reading
Mhm.
the ads from that family help them learn like where their ancestor was.
Wow.
But
That
yeah,
is
deeply upsetting stuff. Like they just
yeah.
would publish whatever they wanted.
Yeah, it was so untrustworthy. It's frustrating. Looking back on it and then like also now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he wrote a dictionary. I think he was kind of a brain.
Yeah. It seems like that was one of his big, like one of his life goals or something, was to write the
Yeah, I think so.
dictionary.
Yeah. Uh, was that the was that the first English dictionary? I don't know.
It may have been, I wonder.
I'll have to look it up. How did everybody in the chat do with their reading? All right. Oh no. What book gave you a hangover?
Yes, tell us something that was really good.
Yes. We want to hear it. Okay. Uh you read I will not take that from you. You read that first 5 chapters in like 1 30-minute sprint,
Yeah,
Tiffany.
yeah.
They were not hard for you to get into. You were like speed reading.
What is this about? Like, I don't intend to make the sprints all about Razzlass or Rassla. Can I speak? But I don't even know what the plot of it is supposed to be.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Bye, Ursa.
Bye,
Good
Ursa.
night. Thanks for coming. Okay. I think it's about it. The the idea I actually don't know, so I'm not a good
Yeah.
person to ask. I just know that it's like well known, and also that it's like a philosophical journey. The prince goes on a philosophical journey. So I get like little what's that French novel about the little astronaut? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes.
I get that kind of vibes from what I've heard about it, but I think it's a little more complex, maybe.
Interesting.
It is longer than that. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe Tiffany can tell us.
Tell us, Tiffany.
Yes, tell us, Tiffany. 41% through, Tiffany.
That's the way I feel right now.
Oh no. Oh. Oh no. uh.
Oh,
Okay.
I still have never read her.
Ooh. She's like really intensely sad and literary.
That's what holds me back. Is do I need to be sad all the time? I don't.
Yeah, it is kind of like torturing yourself reading that book. But it sounds like you enjoyed it, Tiffany. That's exciting. Everybody seems to love the second trilogy like so much.
Hmm.
And I just couldn't get into it because it wasn't as literary. It was like imaginative and I liked the imagination, but the writing was not like on the same par at all to me. And so the characters suffered to me. But I'm like literally one of 2 people that I've ever heard of not like the second trilogy. So. Also, I think I misread this originally, but yes, that is exactly what it's like. You have to get to know everybody and everything over again. I think it's easier to read something if you know the context around it a little more.
Yeah, that's very true.
Okay, got it.
The 18th century is such an interesting time. That was my other option to read tonight was Tom Jones.
Ah, okay.
And I've heard that's like racy, so I figured at least that would be funny or tongue in cheek anyway. But like, I never read anything from the 18th century, but I feel like it's a good untapped time period.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very dense,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
it
love
does
that.
seem like people were funnier.
Okay. People were clever. Um, it's so interesting that you think of things in terms of like centuries. Is that like a I guess they tried to teach me that in school, but it just never stuck. But But like that's like your historian coming out, I feel like.
Oh, well, maybe it is.
Nice.
81%. You might be able to.
Yeah. That's really good. Aha, here we go. Here's what it's about. Rassless is basically about a prince who feels discontent with his riches in his life and decides to go on a quest to find the meaning of life and what'll actually make him happy. Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's not going to be my vibe. But I don't know. From what I've read of him, I feel like you're going to like him, Christy.
Maybe so. I hope so. I can get into a philosophical writer. I really can. But we'll see. Good job.
I feel like now everyone's talking about that. Yes, you're not the last one. I want to try it. I've had the first one on my Kindle for 7 years. I got it on a Kindle Daily deal, and I've never gotten up the courage to read it.
I would be very curious what you think of that. Because you liked Guy Gabriel K.
I do. And Guy Gabriel K likes to leave you in pain. So
Yes. And he writes really beautifully too.
he does. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think it wasn't just sad though. I guess that's just what I remember is like this was really sad because that's what everybody talked about, especially for animal lovers. Yeah.
Tough. Yeah. Tough.
Everyone says books keep getting better and better in the trilogy. Well, we'll see what you think. I think the ending of the last book in the trilogy, the first trilogy, was so good that really blew me away. The final book, but a lot of people I felt like thought it was too long. But I think the last book was my favorite. It's really good.
Ooh.
I don't remember the second book like at all.
I feel like that's the way second books are sometimes.
Yeah.
They just blend with the first and the last in a trilogy.
Yeah. Second book syndrome. All-time favorite. Yay. It's so nice when you find those. Yay. I'm glad you like book 3 too. Noah! Hi! Are you done writing? I really wanted to come to your sprints, but I had to work earlier. Oh, that's a great question.
Ooh, I started, I feel like, with A Brightness long ago. And that's still my favorite book of his. And it's like
It's
a
really
Renaissance
good.
Italy type, like warring mercenaries, the condottieri or whatever is what they were called in Renaissance Italy. And it's really good. Feuding, drama,
Yes.
a horse race. It's great.
Yeah. That I just based on that, I'm very excited to read more of him because I really am loving. I still haven't finished it because I want to catch every single word.
I know he's so decadent. It's like
Yeah.
just so dreamy.
Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, we have more. Oh, we have a lot more. Sorry, guys. I'm falling behind. Yes. Book 3. Yeah. That's where everything went down. Hi. On my phone, but this is error. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Noah! Yes, we're all excited to see Noah. Still writing! Awesome! Woo! Yes, we're together! Yeah, how is the writing going? Okay, those were all fast to go through because it was like Noah hyping us up. Thank you, Noah. I was getting sleepy. Oh, yes. I
Yes.
think, honestly, I think there's good crossover appeal for those two series. Gotta get
That's
real okay.
that excites me. Maybe I should try it.
I would really want to hear what you think of it. Ooh, is Mariana a YouTuber?
She is.
Yay. Okay, well, now I have another thing to check out. All right. Energy on a weekday? We need some of that. Thank
Yeah.
you. In the middle of the week, too. Like, that's impressive. All right. Well, let's. Oh, are you up for another sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet. Okay. Shall we do another half an hour?
I think so.
All right. Excellent. Okay, everybody. Let's read.
All
And
right.
we'll go until 13:43.
All right. We can do it.
Yes, fighting. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. How did you do?
I think I read another 20 pages, so I'm maybe 60 pages into You Devils.
You are consistent.
Apparently that's the good speed.
Did you end up picking up the audiobook?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Are you
helpful.
enjoying it more with that?
Yeah, I still don't know that maybe I'm not in the mood for it right now.
Ah. I think you're farther along than I got, so I'm curious.
Why did you put it down? You just wanted to wait, or did it not catch you?
I was trying to read The Name of the Rose, and it was taking all of my energy to try and finish that. So that's why I put it down. I was enjoying it though. I thought it was pretty funny. So
Yeah,
we'll see. I know you enjoyed The Name of the Rose, right?
I did.
Okay. I feel like sometimes I enjoy it, but the majority of the time I'm struggling. So I don't know. I really want to I kind of do want to finish it though. So we'll see what happens.
The ending is really good.
Is it? Oh, well, that's exciting because I'm at 64%. So I feel like I can make it.
You can do it.
All right. I'm going to try it. Victoria really liked it. So that's always hopeful for me. How did everybody in the chat do? Hi, Rich. You probably didn't stick around, but it was nice of you to come by. Ah, yes. Relatable. Did you read Warbreaker?
I did.
And you liked it?
I did like it.
Yay. But you haven't liked anything else.
No, sadly.
Okay. I would be very curious what you would think of there's like a zombie one. Oh, what is it? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Is it like
Elantris.
yes,
Elantris.
I started to say like the first thing he ever did.
Yeah.
I might need to try that.
That one is literally one of my favorites. It has like it has like a sort of religious guy in it who's I was just very interested in him, like yeah, his ideas and where he was going.
Cool.
Yes. But I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if it would pull you through or not. But yeah, relatable. The Lost Metal is going to be exciting. Yay! 50 words. That's good. Their words. Oh, sorry. There we go. Every word can be a struggle some days, but it's usually worth it just to see them on the page.
And when you're feeling the energy, that normally means something good is happening.
Yes, that's a good sign. Honestly, it's really good when you're enjoying it, even if you end up throwing away the words later. If you're having fun with it, that makes it worth it. There's really nothing like creating, is there?
So true.
Yay! Good job, Mariana. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Have a really good evening. Yes. Awesome. Yes, I know. I know what you mean. It is. It's so good. It's such a good feeling to have created. Sometimes the actual creating is. Sorry, go ahead.
Not
Go ahead.
great. No, that's okay. No, I was just thinking, yesterday, I read this Italian book. the
Mhm.
last letters of Jacopo Ortiz. But like in the book, the characters went to Petrarch's house, I think, and they were talking about how like Petrarch had his muse Laura, and of course, like in the book, this main character also has a muse that makes him want to create art or whatever. And I was like, we've kind of lost that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do we have a muse? And then I thought, yeah. I still have muses. I have many muses, and
Yes.
maybe they're all from South Korea, but that's okay.
Yes. I mean, your journaling is very artful and creative. We
Oh,
create, it's just on TikTok.
right. Or we do booktube videos and stuff like
Yes.
that. Like we're inspired to create.
Yes. We all have different mediums. Yes. Noah does like all the mediums.
A
Just
finger
like,
in all pies.
yes, creative individual. An inner muse. Ooh, that's something we got to work on, Jenny.
Yeah, my inner muse is a procrastinator. So
Oh man. Well, I made some progress on my Korean history book on annotating it. And it's so
good.
interesting because I did not know that there was a communist party in Korea. Like, I didn't really know that. But this is, I think, before the partition of the two Koreas. So I'm wondering if it's like in the north. So I'm very curious to keep reading this. It's really good. But slow going.
Yeah.
And it
Intense.
sent me down a, oh, I'm sorry, what?
It's intense.
Yeah, it is.
But it sent you down.
Yes, it sent me down a rabbit hole of authors because it keeps mentioning these like Che Manchik and Pak Taewon. I really want to like read things from these authors. It keeps like mentioning their short stories, and I'm just like, so of course I had to go look for them, but I couldn't find anything really available on ebook. So lame. But maybe at some point I'll try those. Especially short stories. I can usually get through a short story physically without any audio accompaniment.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a shorter what do you call a learning curve? They have a shorter learning curve than
Yeah.
novels or nonfiction books. All right. Should we do another sprint or should we like knock off for tonight? I don't know. I feel like everybody's getting tired.
I'm kind of getting tired, but I didn't realize it was 10 o'clock.
Yes, yeah. I think maybe it's time to knock off for the night. Yes,
I do too.
same. Noah's down.
Noah's in his like creative fugue state.
Yes. It's 10 p.m. Noah's just getting started. All right. I think I actually probably should get going because I need to do some stretches and make dinner.
I started to say, "Oh, you need to eat."
Yeah, I got some peanut butter earlier, but I actually should eat some real food. This was so fun. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Yes. We always feel so productive when we do the sprints.
Yes. Thank you, Noah. Love you, Noah. All right. Yes, thank you for coming, Jenny. I wouldn't have gotten on without you, so thank you. Look at all the things we got read.
We did so much.
Yes, you
More
read
than I would have done. So,
yeah. I mean, you did really well. 60 pages of a Dostoevsky novel is like, that's a day's work.
And you finished something.
I did! Yay! And I will probably finish this chapter that I'm working on of this before I get up. So I might read a little more later, but we should knock off the sprints now and let everybody go do their stuff. Okay, thank you for coming, everybody. We'll talk to you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry. I'm like, okay.